This next one is called Harnessing Celebrity and Social Media in Conversation with E. It'll be hosted by Mr. Thomas Crampton, Global Managing Director of Social at Ogilvy. But let me play some video for you, and then I'll give you more information. No.
I'm Richard Gutierrez, and you can call me Charlie. Raymond, but call me Mon.
Hi, I'm Rufa Gutierrez. I'm the only girl, so I'm always ready.
I'm Eddie.
I'm the boss.
People call him a superstar, but everyone knows I'm funnier.
It takes guts to be a Gutierrez.
It Takes Guts to be a Gutierrez, coming this June.
See it first on E!
Okay, I got a little ahead of myself, sorry. Let me explain what's happening here. This is Mr. Thomas Crampton, Global Managing Director of Social at Ogilvy. He will be joined very shortly.
Round of applause, please. Please.
He will be joined very shortly by Rufa, Raymond, and Richard Gutierrez. They are the Philippines' favorite showbiz personalities, individually popular, but coming together for the first time as a family to do a project together, which happens to be for E, the first original series based in Asia, starting broadcast June 1st, 2014. Since I didn't get a chance, let me talk a little bit about you. Thomas is the head of global at Social at Ogilvy, and they help companies conceive, develop, and execute strategies in social media. Before joining Ogilvy, he was, for 18 years, a globe-trotting newspaper correspondent. He's on the board of the Foreign Correspondents Club of Hong Kong. He has been the president of the Foreign Correspondents Club of Thailand, and he's also on the board of the New York-based Overseas Press Club.
Okay, great. And we're looking forward to this last session. If we could get everybody in from out there that is having a drink, because this is a very exciting session with a great panel who are about to appear in a groundbreaking reality TV show, and they are legitimate social media stars at the same time. And we're going to try and break a record in the Philippines shortly on stage at the end of this session. So lots to look forward to here. So I'd like to welcome Rufa, Raymond, and Richard on stage, please. Welcome. So by the way, the Singapore airport welcomed Rufa when she arrived here today via Twitter. So.
Hello, hi, good evening to each and every one of you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And we're on camera, live here as well. So, Twitter, social media, the Philippines. Is social media important in the Philippines?
It is, actually.
It's huge in the Philippines.
It's the selfie capital of the world.
The selfie capital of the world.
Yes.
By the end of this program, end of this session, I want to do a selfie.
Before it was the texting capital of the world, now it's a selfie capital of the world. But I think social media plays a big part in advertising, in branding, in imaging, in trying to create awareness. And I think Filipinos are the best at it in beauty pageants across the world. Miss Philippines always wins like best, voted social media something. And,
right.
I think because people just love to participate in social media in the Philippines.
And Raymond, you have quite a few followers, more than 1 million followers.
Yes.
1.2 million or something.
Yeah.
How do you engage those followers? What are the things that they respond to most?
I think what happened to me was that I started with Twitter early on, and I've always been kind of someone who uses social media. I was on Facebook, I was on MySpace, Tumblr, Pinterest. I have accounts on all of those platforms. And when Twitter kind of became popular, I was one of the first celebrities in the Philippines to jump on board and try it out. And in terms of engagement, I think what's important is that just being true to yourself, being authentic, and just being real. I think a lot of people now hire a team to kind of conduct their social media voice for them, but I think an authentic voice is what the fans are looking for.
Not to set up a family rivalry, but Rufa, you have almost twice as many
2.2 million.
But who's counting?
It's okay. I'm the older sister. I've been ahead in life.
And what has been your experience in terms of social and engaging? Is it just Twitter or is it other platforms?
Twitter, Instagram, my Facebook is private. But one thing that I notice about the Filipinos is once they get a peek into your lives, they want to know more: where you eat, where you shop, what you're wearing, where you travel, and that creates interest in them because they want to be like you, they want to follow you, and the Filipinos are just so supportive when it comes to that, and they really engage in talking to you in social media.
Are there any particular topics that you've engaged, or how often do you engage with your fans? Or
all the
people?
time. I'll be like, oh, what should I wear? Should I wear these white shoes or yellow shoes? I mean, something very simple like that. You can't be too boring. They don't like boring. They like something very simple because a lot of my followers are the ones that watch my films or the ones that follow my TV shows. So, they like it when I ask their opinion and they feel important. Oh, Rufa wants to know my opinion about what she's wearing today.
So before you think this is a family that's all about social media, Richard, how long have you been on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
Facebook.
What are you doing on this panel? Get out.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm here.
There's another
talking about
family
social
feud here.
media. I'm the total opposite of the both of them. So I don't know. I'm like a case study here. I think. I don't know.
No, so he has an Instagram account and it was private for the longest time. And since we've been doing this reality show, he has no choice. So now he's made it public.
Yeah, I just made my Instagram account public like a week ago.
And how many people are following it now?
As of today, like 152,000 people.
So how do you feel about opening up your life like that? Because you've been very reluctant.
So low.
He's written
it's
about
pretty hectic.
written about in the press, spoken about in public places, but never sharing himself. Now,
Yeah.
what is that transition like?
No, I feel like coming from a family that grew up in show business in the limelight. I feel like our whole lives has been open to the public, and we lived in an open book kind of life. So I try to cherish my privacy as much as I can, and I don't know. I think social media was kind of hectic, I mean, engaging on Twitter and all that stuff. But I enjoy images. I enjoy taking pictures. That's why I started my Instagram account, and I travel a lot. So I wanted to share with my friends, where I am and what I'm doing and stuff like that. But now that I'm doing a reality show,
You had no choice.
That's out the door.
yeah, so there's no
You
more
might as well
privacy.
share it yourself before it's broadcast.
Exactly. So no, I don't know. I think it's also maybe a new chapter for me. Doing this reality show with my family. It's a new chapter for me. Maybe it's something different for me also, that to adapt to what's happening now in social media, to adapt to what's happening in the world in terms of show business. I think social media now has a big part in marketing and connecting to your audience. I think that's very important. So I think this is my first step towards that.
So in contrast, Raymond, who is one of the first celebrities to go onto social media.
I'm one of the last ones.
But because once you open up yourself in social media, you have to open up yourself and be ready for the bashers and the haters.
Okay, well, let's talk about that one. Any bad experiences?
Well, I eat haters for breakfast. I mean, every day you get haters, you get people who are, who say nonsense on your account. Sometimes they even try to sell things using the comment page on your account. And as much as possible, we've kind of, like what my brother said, we grew up in the Philippines show business. So we're used to the intrigues. We're used to, the haters. And I think we've kind of grown a force field around that. And as much as possible, I kind of just ignore that. Sometimes I block and delete, but I never answer back. And I never fight back because I feel like that's what they want.
You never dive into the negativity.
No, as much as possible, I don't want any negative posts on my feed.
So if somebody else says it, you say it, and forget it.
Either I just delete it, block it, or I just ignore it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're giving them the power if you reply to them.
Right. You're surrendering in a way,
Exactly.
and they are controlling you.
Oh, wow, Ruth and Raymond replied to me. See, they've noticed me.
Yeah.
So I might as well just ignore them and, they'll go away and they'll start bashing someone else.
Raymond, you've been involved in a number of social media campaigns with companies, and even here in Singapore. What has been your experience in terms of that?
Well, in the Philippines, I'm the creative director for Magnum Ice Cream, and I think globally the angle of Magnum is it's aspirational but reachable. It's attainable. And I think that was one of the first in the Philippines that kind of used social media as a platform for advertising. And on our launch year in 2012, we actually had 150 million impressions. And we were the Google top search for food and drink that year. And we were even used globally as kind of like an example of how to launch Magnum using social media. So, for us, it kind of just happened naturally because we launched summertime, it's ice cream, we had, a beautiful set of ambassadors tweeting and Instagramming about the ice cream, and I think that kind of helped us along the way. And at the same time, Singapore Tourism Board actually partnered with me for a campaign to promote Singapore in the Philippines. So they flew me out here for the F1 weekend. And, it's just very natural. They just wanted me to kind of show the experiences that I was having here. Rihanna performed last year. We had good seats at the race. And, it was a very fun weekend. And it was, kind of easy for me to share that with my followers.
Right. Richard, what is your take on the amount of social media that your family's involved in?
I think it has its pros and cons. Definitely, it helps. What Raymond's doing, he's helping a lot of brands. He's working with a lot of brands and a lot of companies, and through social media. But at the same time, it's opening up everything to the public. Raymond's used to the haters and my sister and all that, but I'm new to this, So every time I read something bad, I'm like.
Yeah, he gets hot-headed.
He gets hot-headed and
Yeah.
puts his account back on private.
No, but I think it's something that you have to get used to. Also, the dialogue with everyone, especially in the Philippines. Like what we say, like a lot of Filipinos are very active on social media, and so it has its pros and cons, definitely.
Going back to brands, I think my sister mentioned earlier backstage that now when you sign an endorsement deal or an ambassador for a brand, I mean, it is in your contract to tweet, to Instagram, to post.
Social media is not an option.
Yeah.
It's not a question. It's a requirement.
It's no longer, we're getting you for your image because we want you for the billboard or we want you for the TVC.
You'll
now
have to tweet about it as
Yes.
well.
Your image is your social media image as well.
Yeah, because in one click, you can relay whatever message that you want to your fans, like via Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So it's really natural for us to share what we promote, or let's say our show. It takes guts to be a Gutierrez. So in one click, people will know about it. They'll be aware.
How is this show going to be different from previous work you've done? I mean, you're obviously, Richard, you're getting on social media for the first time. What is going to be different about the way that you're doing this using social?
Well, this is different because me as like an actress, I portray a lot of roles, and this one is like the camera is following us around. So this is our reality. So the camera follows us around, and it's different because I'm not portraying a role. This is me. So it's kind of I have to get used to it. I'm not yet used to it yet.
I think social media played a big part in us accepting this project or doing this project because through the years, people have told us, if there's a reality show that can be done in Asia or in the Philippines, everyone tells us, like, I think it's your family. All of you guys have such big personalities. You have clashing personalities, and
as we've seen on stage already.
Yeah, so people kept requesting for it. People kept suggesting it on my feed on Twitter. They even said, comparison. I mean, you can't help but say that the Kardashians, they always tell us, like, if there's the Kardashians of the Philippines, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. But, that's kind of, it plays a big part that the fans are kind of, suggesting for us to do a project like this. So, we gave it a thought and we're like, why not? Let's do it.
And is your intention to engage with the audience live over social media as you're doing the program?
Oh yeah, I mean everything that we do now, it's sort of like when I wake up, what should I post today? Oh, let's post my breakfast, or let's post what we're doing on the show. So it comes natural to me already. Like for Richard, he's still not used to it, and for me, it's like it's part of my life already, and it's part of my job, to share what I'm doing with my followers. And same thing with the show. And my mom tweets as well. She's in the audience right now because she's a bit shy. Normally,
She
she's
has a
not
lot of
shy.
followers too, right?
She's far from shy, but she's just, she can't express herself.
500,000.
Yeah, that well because she's shy speaking in English, but in Tagalog she's not shy. So
And then I'm going back to social media and how it will affect the show. I think social media plays an important part because the discussion doesn't end when the show ends. You know, I think what's nice about it is that the marketing and the discussion continues even after the show, with all the comments that you read and all the, you know, if you answer back to certain fans. So it doesn't end when the show ends. I think it continues because of social media.
And there's been a lot of interesting research that Twitter has done in relation to television and the way in which social can extend the life of a program or have conversations going on well beyond when the actual broadcast is taking place.
And at the same time, I think it keeps producers on their toes because now everyone's a critic. Everyone can express what they think about a program through their social media platforms. Something can trend because it's so good, or something can trend because it's so bad. You know, so I think it keeps producers on their toes to make sure that they provide quality entertainment for everybody.
Richard, with your previous projects, mainly involving film, did you have any feedback loop? There was no way that you would get, you were always waiting until after it was out to get a review. How do you feel about the more instant feedback?
Yes, like you asked a while ago how this show is different. I've been working on film and TV for almost 16 years. So this is the first time doing something that's, you know, totally different. It's like exposing our lives to the audience. And regarding that feedback, you're right. I mean, I wait until the movie's out, the movie's finished, and then I wait for the critics. But now, like what Raymond said, you know, everybody has their own opinion, and you're gonna hear it from everyone. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of up your game also.
Well, actually, Richard's very lucky because he has a sister like me and a brother like Raymond.
Looking
because
out
even
for
if
him.
he's not on Twitter, we tweet for him. So, you know, it trends because of us, and we engage a lot in, like, you know, with the fans. Hey, watch Richard's new show, Survivor. And, you know, we tell him all the news. Even if he doesn't know anything, we'll be like, hey, Richard, this is what's happening on Twitter.
Like your show's trending because of us.
And he's like, really?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So you have to,
now he knows, and now he's
that means you
he's
have to
trying
buy me something expensive.
Yeah. He's experimenting now. But you
No,
know,
but
social
the show
media,
trends also because it's good.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
the-
definitely.
Because it's good.
The show also trends because it's good.
It's just not just the social media around it. It's there's quality of the show itself.
But with the positive side also with social media is the more followers that you have, you know, the more brands will try to come up and sell things to you, or like, you know, they'll pay you for like a tweet. Can you tweet me 3 times and we'll give you this amount of money? So it's now become a business as well. So the more followers that you have and the more you interact with your followers, they love it. The brands love it, and they'll get you to be their ambassadors.
Building on that point though, I think you also have to be careful as to what brands you partner with and what brands you tweet or Instagram about, because it has to look like, you know, you actually use those brands and, you know, it comes naturally to you. You know, I was approached to tweet and Instagram about soy sauce, and I had to, you know, politely decline because I'm like, what do I do with that?
You don't do much cooking?
Why not?
I mean,
Why? I love soy
I mean,
sauce.
I'm not
Soy
in-
sauce.
I mean, my kitchen is like a DJ's booth. I mean, I don't really cook, so you know, you just have to make sure that your product that you're partnering with is also aligned with your branding, because now celebrities become a brand
And is
on their own.
that different from the before social media, in the sense that would you be willing in the pre-social media era to partner with a brand that was not so directly related to you and your lifestyle?
I guess because, you know, before social media, you can accept it, and you know, not everyone will see it. If you're on a billboard on one street, I mean, not everyone's gonna see that billboard. So, but now that you're on social media, it's so easily accessible. What you put out on the internet will be there forever. You know, so I think you just have to be careful as to what brands you
So in
align
that way,
yourself with.
it means that this sort of endorsement, endorsing millions of many different brands, and there's a number of celebrities who've done that in Asia, might slow down when social media is involved, in the sense that they need to be more focused.
Yeah, more focused, and I think smarter partnerships. You know, I think like a brand like soy sauce would tap like a chef or a mom or someone in the kitchen a lot. You know, something like that. You just have to be more, you know who you're partnering with, and if it's going to be beneficial for your brand.
So less brand promiscuity.
Yeah.
Less promiscuous about the brands.
Yeah.
Well, in the Philippines also, social media has killed a lot of the talk shows, because everything you can get it right then and there on Twitter, on Instagram.
No need to go to the television.
No need to wait 3 days and watch TV and see what Raymond did 3 days ago when it's
You
already
can
all
know
over
what Raymond
Twitter.
did right away.
Yeah, so it's right on the spot. You know, it's quite different nowadays. You know, back in the 70s, it's like you can still wait a few days till the news comes out. But now
90s
everything
even,
is instant. Yeah.
No, like seriously, because the ratings has gone down for entertainment talk shows, most especially because a lot of the news, a lot of the information are out there on Twitter. People make their statements on their Instagram. Beyonce released her album just using her Instagram account with no PR or marketing, you know. So it's you know, affecting a lot of the different industries. And I work for Esquire magazine in the Philippines, and you know, it's kind of affecting print media as well, because before you would shop and you'd bring the magazine to the store and say, you know, where's the shoe right here? But right now you can find that in Instagram. You can find that.
Now you go to the shop, see it's cheaper online, and
Yeah.
Exactly.
Buy it at
So
home.
you know, it's also affecting print media.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. We're running out of time now, but before we go, I want to do a selfie. The objective here is not to make this a selfie of just the Gutierrez family and myself, but of everybody in the room. What I'd like everybody to do, we're going to try and break a record in the Philippines for a retweet of a selfie, which is a very big ambition. If you have a mobile phone on you, if you could take it out and hold it up while we turn around to do a selfie, which will include not just us, but everybody in the audience. So if everybody can
Is that
please...
cool?
Okay,
with everyone?
everybody, get out your phones.
And we can dim the lights maybe for a second. We have one phone now. Come on, everyone. I know you have mobile phones out there. All right,
So
here
you're
we
going to
go.
use your phone?
I'm going to use my phone here, and we should gather here. Let's go.
Okay.
Can we see them?
I'm not sure if we're going to see them with the lights behind us. I think... Okay, there we are. There we
There.
are. Okay, great. Okay. We got... Oh, sorry.
Use yours then, Mon. Okay, smile, everyone.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I like it.
Okay,
Edit
there
it.
we
Okay,
go.
perfect.
Okay, great. Thank you so
We'll
much.
just edit it. Thank you
Uh,
so much.
Thank you for joining us.